नहीं है। कृष्ण नाम में रुचि हमें रुचि में बंदा, निताई चैतन्य बोले नचे अमरनाथ, निताई चैतन्य बोले नचे अमरनाथ। रात तो हवे है कृष्ण नामे, रात तो हवे है अनायासे सफल जीवेर जीवन, जीवन तो नीचे है कृष्ण रखे बिना, जीवन तो नीचे है। वृंदावन राधे श्यामे कावे दर्शन, और कृपा हले है, और कृपा हले है। दया निताई चैतन्य बोले नचे अमरनाथ, दया निताई चैतन्य बोले नचे अमरनाथ। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं गणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome everybody to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class, the only morning class which happens in English in BYC. So it will be in English, and devotees जो हिंदी भक्त हैं वो आप हृदय से श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु को प्रार्थना कीजिए और श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु आपको इतनी शक्ति संचारण की आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा। कथंचने स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करम सुकरम भवेत्, जरूर हो जाएगा। So today's class will be in English language, and we are discussing from Adi Lila. All of you can remove your Veda base, Google जो भी है, because you have to recite all shlokas. And online devotees, आप किसका वेट कर रहे हैं? वीडियो ऑन कीजिए. Please don't be turned off. Be open to Mahaprabhu's mercy. So we are in chapter 16. 16th chapter we are discussing, and we are discussing shloka number 9 onwards. So this chapter 16 contains the pastimes of the childhood and youth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pauganda Lila is complete. Pauganda Lila means till the age of 10. The pastimes from the age of 11 begin in this chapter. So we did discuss, and we started discussing about Gauranga's tour to East Bengal, which is Bangladesh. Okay, in this chapter, we had already seen that we will be discussing about how in this chapter, Lord will go to Bengal. So this verses number 18 to 19, we will see his going to Bengal. So 8:1 we had seen. Now what he'll go and do in Bengal, we'll see that. So this is the second last chapter of Adi Lila. So 17th is the last chapter, and then we're going to start Madhya Lila. Hari Bol. Excited. Next. विद्यार प्रभाव देखी चमत्कार चिते शत शत पडूय आसी लागिला पडिते. No. So Vidyara Prabha, they could see that, oh, how wonderful and learned and expert is this Nimai Pandit. He's so very influential. He has so intellectual promise. How many of you are attracted to somebody who's very learned? Somebody very well read in Shastras is quoting shloka after shloka. We get attracted, right? So similarly, all these students, they got thoroughly attracted to Nimai Pandit. Wow, chamatkar huya. And shata shata paduya asi nagila pandit. Everybody registered for the course. Yes, we are all registering for the diploma course, diploma, graduation, post graduation, whatever you can talk about. So everybody registered. Yes, we'll go. And what is the purpose for which Mahaprabhu went to East Bengal? Yes, that was the main purpose, to start Sankirtan movement. But at the same time, he wanted something to subsist. Family के लिए भी कुछ करना है ना. Mahaprabhu is showing ideal grihastha. Householder should maintain one's family, and that will happen when we have funds. So of course, this teaching courses is not with money, but the students willingly give dakshina. Teacher doesn't say, okay, course mein aana hai? Ah, yes sir. Okay, you have to pay 1 lakh rupees deposit, and after that, over and above that, tuition fees so much. Then this is the books fees. This is the course material fees, like that fees, ek ke baad fees karke sab. It's not like that. It is the students willingly give. They willingly give Guru Dakshina. Yes. So that was also one of the reasons for which he went. So like that, hundreds and hundreds, shata paduya asi nagila padite. So everybody, hundreds of students came and started learning under his direction. Next. Se deshe vipranama mishra tapana निश्चय करते नारे साध्य sadhana. So in Bangladesh, there was a Brahman called Tapan Mishra. And this Tapan Mishra was in a problem. His problem was Nishchay Karite Nari. He was not able to reach a conclusion. Yes, this Brahmana was not able to have a conclusion. What is Sadhya and what is Sadhana? What should be the object of my worship and what should be the process I should take to worship the object of my worship? Yes, what is the process and what is the object of my worship? So to understand this, he was not able to understand the objective life. But one good thing about Tapan Mishra we can understand is he had desire. He had to desire to know what is the goal of life. Karna kya hai? Many of them they are not bothered about goal of life. अरे क्या करना है, अब जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है? People are not bothered. खाओ पियो मजा करो. But Tapan Mishra was not like that. And Prabhupada immediately in the purport writes very clearly, before you all could speculate, that one must practice Krishna consciousness as per the Shastras and methods prescribed by the 6 Goswamis. And Krishna is the objective of life. Prabhupada ने answer दे दिया purport में. Because Prabhupada doesn't wait. Prabhupada doesn't wait. He gives. Everyone has material desires. There's a chat. No problem. But still, continue. Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaridi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. You ask material desire from Krishna only. Thoroughly you will be purified. Yes, you will get the desire, but you will be purified. Example, Dhruv Maharaj. Correct? Dhruv Maharaj. He got Krishna also and he got material desire also. And he got purified also. So best is to ask Krishna. Whatever you want to ask Krishna. Don't ask anyone else. Videos are still off. Just reminding. 11th shloka. Bahushastra bahuvakya chitta brahma hoya. Sadhya sadhana sreshtana ya nishchaya. So he read a lot of books. He made many scriptures. Yes, bahuvakya. And he heard from so many people. इसलिए ये भी नहीं करना चाहिए. We should not hear from too many people. We should not do that. Too many people. Nectar shopping नहीं करना चाहिए. So we have to systematically study Prabhupada books. Small books, medium books, Bhagavad Gita, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very systematically we should do. That is not a problem. But market में जो भी book आता है, anything about Bhagavad Gita, चलो take everything. Anything this Prabhu has written, that Prabhu has written, that Maharaj has written, सब कुछ पकड़ के लेके आओ. Then you will get bewildered. Yes. You will get thoroughly bewildered. That's what happened to Tapan Mishra. He was listening to too many people and he was reading too many shastras. Yes, too many shastras. So many books on scriptures. So Bhagavatam also mentions Grantham Naivabhyaset Bahunna Vakyam Upayunjita. The seventh canto. Seventh canto, the duties of ideal person. In that chapter it is said, one should not read too many books for nectar shopping or just for information and no transformation. Yes. And one should not hear from too many professional reciters. No. See, we don't read Prabhupada books for information. We read Srila Prabhupada books for taking shelter. To understand the process and surrender. For that purpose we read. We don't read Prabhupada books because I will become Pandit ji, Shastri ji, Jnani ji, and people will all come and worship my lotus feet. No, that is not the purpose. The purpose is to surrender. Correct? So too many books we should not read. And actually, generally people have tendency for material desire. Correct? Material desire. And people, then what will happen is you will read Shastra also from that light only. Are where all my material desire is getting fulfilled? Are idhar aisa bola hai. You call it selective reading, selective hearing. And moment a person has that particular desire, selective desire, you will only take such points. So you may give a pure class on Krishna Bhakti. But if somebody is having a desire to enjoy in this world, he will see that desire only. वो उसको वही देखेगा, वही point पकड़ेगा. अरे प्रभु जी आपने ऐसा भी बोला ना. अरे but I didn't mean no वो सब कुछ नहीं प्रभु जी, मैं वही करूँगा. मुझे यही अच्छा लगेगा. So people also ask, what is your favorite shloka from Bhagavad Gita? And people say, yes, our favorite shloka is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. उसके बाद कुछ नहीं. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Give up all varieties of religion. बस. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. These are our favorite. Mamekam Sharanam nah, वो नहीं अच्छा लगता हमको. We don't like that. We like only तो सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य. Give up all religion. अरे वाह, क्या श्लोक है कृष्णा, amazing. And okay, other than this, any other favorite shloka? यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. Do whatever you like. Yes, we are following Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also told Arjuna, यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. Whatever you like, you do. And we are also doing whatever you like. Thank you, Krishna. अरे but what is before that? विमृश्येद. Krishna is telling चिंतन करो. मैंने अब तक जो कहा है, till now all the 699 shlokas we had, please think about it. Please deeply contemplate, deeply meditate. After thinking about all the subject matters, deliberate, contemplate, and then decide what to do. That they don't want to do. That's it. They want to do. They simply want to do what? यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. जो मुझे अच्छा लगता है, जो मन को अच्छा लगता है, सुनो सबकी, करो मन की. This is the philosophy in Kali Yuga. That's not something we want. Okay. Next. Now you see what happens to Tapan Mishra. Because his desire was sincere. Next sloka. Well, बोलिए सब लोग मेरे पीछे. स्वप्ने का विप्र कहे सुनह तपन. निमाई पंडित पाशे करह गमन. So in the dream of Tapan Mishra came a Brahmana and he told, you should go to Nimai Pandit ke paas jao. Next. Why should I go to Nimai Pandit Baba? Next verse. Teho tomar sadhya sadhana karibe nishchaya. Sakshat Ishwara teho nahika samshaya. You go to Nimai Pandit. तेहो तुम्हार साध्य साधना करिवे निश्चय. He is going to make it very clear what is the goal of life and what has to be performed. What is the process? Both of these things he is going to make clear. Why? Sakshat Ishwara teho, because he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Nahi ka samshaya. Don't doubt this fact. He is supreme Lord. Bhagwan hai. Next. स्वप्न देखी मिश्रा आसित प्रभुर चरणे स्वप्नेर वृत्तान सब कैला निवेदने. आप मत शुरू हो जाना कल से. You all don't start. Babuji, I got a dream. So what dream? Krishna came to my dream and said what? You already attained me. No need to chant 16 rounds. ऐसा सब नहीं करना चाहिए. देखो ड्रीम को चेक भी करना चाहिए. You should verify your dream. You should not just like that come. I tell this many often. There was one disciple of Prabhupada who went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, in dream I saw Krishna. Prabhupada said, what did Krishna say? He said, Krishna said it's okay to smoke cigarette. And Prabhupada said, that is not Krishna, that is ghost. So whatever dream you get, you should check with your mentor, with your counselor, with your authorities. You should check. It's very important that we check. Yeah. So he also goes. So immediately, as soon as Swapna Dekhi Mishra Asi Prabhura Charane Swapnera Vrittana Sabha Kaila Nivedane. So he immediately went to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya and he described him all details of the dream. Yes. And now see what happens. Prabhu Tushta Haya Sadhya Sadhana Kahila Nama Sankirtana Kar Upadesha Kaila. Prabhu Tushta, first of all, because he had a sincere desire, even Lord was satisfied. Amazing. So Sadhya Sadhana Kahila. So he described to him what is the goal of life and what is the process. And what did he say? Nama Sankirtana Kara Upadesh Kaila. What he said? Do Nam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So what is the process? Chanting. What is the goal? Chanting. Goal is also chanting. Chanting is the beginning, chanting is the means, chanting is the end. Repeat. Chanting is the beginning, chanting is the means, and chanting is the end also. Tino chanting. Yeah. This is everything. That is why we have to take our Harinam Jap very seriously. Prabhupada says, I'm repeating again, Prabhupada sees very clearly. Those of them not serious in spiritual life will not get up in morning. If somebody is not getting up in morning means you are not serious in spiritual life. Very clear. So that is why Prabhupada, what time he told everyone to wake up? Before 4 a.m. at least, you have to wake up. So all devotees come for the class. I have to speak the truth. Kya kare? I have to speak the truth. I can't, sugarcoat everything. I can't twist and turn. These are not my rules. This is what is there in Shastra. There are so many shloka after shloka that one should get up in the rise in the Brahma Murta and come for Nam Jap. So all of you will come tomorrow? Yes. Today many came because they got inspired yesterday. So many came. Very good. So devotees are hearing, they are sincere and they are trying to apply. So at least whenever I am there online, you can try to come. मैं आऊँ मतलब ऑफलाइन आ गए तो I'll worship you all. पूजा करेंगे आपकी. Yes. But at least online नाम जप के लिए आ सकते हैं. At least online. Come chant few rounds. If you are able to chant 16 out of 16 in morning with us, perfect. वो नहीं हो रहा कोई बात नहीं. अरे एक माला आके जप कर लो. Start with one round. Come chant one round. हो गया. Indeed. Dandot pranam. Due to work, we are unable to get up at 4 a.m. So how do we manage it? That is whose work? I can tell you one practical tip. अब इसको जो follow करेगा, उसको फल मिलेगा. The main reason people get late from work, and the main reason why problem comes is late night dinner. That's a problem. So there's one tip. It has worked for many of them, and I personally follow it. Eat at 9 a.m. full meals, rice, dal, chapati, sabji, and eat full meals at 5 o'clock. You follow this 2-time system, 9 and 5. You follow this, Then रात का डिनर नहीं, मतलब वर्क जैसे ही होता है, you can just quickly just wind up and sleep off. There's no question of dinner. So this has saved many of them, and many are able to come earlier. They're able to come earlier. So it is. So रात को भूख लगे तो क्या करो? Okay, you take milk, fruit, but don't eat. Our office gets over at 9:30. No problem. At least dinner तो नहीं रहेगा कम से कम. As soon as office gets over, you can sleep off. Doing the bare minimum chores, sort of wind up करके maybe half an hour, you can sleep by 10:30. Yes, this is a try it to time. It's up to your discretion, your body, everything. But if we take this kind of diet, you will not. Our Brahmacharya Ashram, the history of Brahmacharya Ashram, 2010 there was a very big workshop conducted by a very senior devotee from ISKCON Chowpatty. He came and he was concerned about Brahmachari's health, so he came for that only. So 2-3 days he spent, he only spoke about this. And by chanting, sadhana, hearing, reading करने के लिए अच्छी health की जरूरत है आप लोगों को. You need good health. So first thing he told is drink only cow milk, no packet milks, no packaged or any other branded milks, only cow milk. Number one. Number two, he told that use only culture oil. Yes, and number three, he told switch to 2 times. And the whole ashram followed this, and the devotees falling sick. Yes, the devotees falling sick rate reduced drastically. Now hardly there is any devotee who is falling sick, expenditure problems, issues, somewhere. Just by following this simple rule. Yes, as much as possible use natural products. Even soaps, shampoos, everything, cow products are available. Use that natural. Jitna ho sake come to natural. Eat naturally, and body is also naturally meant for 2 meals only. 9-5. If you do this, you will have very good health. Okay, then you can get up and come for japa. Hari. Let's go ahead. तारा इच्छा प्रभु संगे नवद्वीपे वासी प्रभु आज्ञा दिला तुम्ही आओ वाराणसी. He was so very, very touched by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, I want to be with you. आप जहां लेके जाएंगे मुझे वही रहना है. I want to be with you only. प्रभु आज्ञा दिला. What is Prabhu give आज्ञा? तुम्ही आओ वाराणसी. You go to Varanasi. Later on, I'll give some service. You go and prepare that. Varanasi, it's such a painful instruction. Varanasi is seat of all Mayavadis. Mayavadis, Krishna Aparadi. ऐसे लोगों के साथ रहना, there won't be Vaishnava association, Prabhuji. What to do? But that is Mahaprabhu's ichha, because later on he has some bigger plan. Yes. So sometimes it's very important to understand that we may receive instructions from our superiors which are very kadwa, bitter, but that bitter medicine we take it, later on we'll get sweet. Yes, poison in the beginning but nectar in the end. Let's follow it. Bitter medicine kha lena chahiye. It's good for us. So later on you will see how Tapan Mishra gets service of feeding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very rare. Or in his sannyas Lila. Now he is not yet in sannyas Lila. So lots you will get. Just follow instruction of superiors. Correct? Even if you see the Samudra Manthan Lila. So in that the demigods have to sacrifice so much. And Lord was telling, wo asur ko lene do. Wo unko jane do. And jane do, it seems as though, अरे भगवान आप किसके साइड में हो? After some time you get a doubt. अरे भाई किसके साइड में हो बता दो. भाई अपने साइड में है ना. आप चाहते हैं ना हमरे को अमृत मिले. Even in the end, Amrit was snatched away by the Asuras. Aham purvam, natvam iti prabhu. This was the highest faith test that anyone can face. Because right from beginning to end, पूरा हार रहे अभी क्या अमृत मिलेगा? Chance ही नहीं है. But nobody lost hope. They had faith till the end that अमृत हमको अपने को ही मिलेगा. They had that faith. So you have to persist with that faith. This is a difficult instruction. Don't stay with me. Go to Varanasi. But he persisted with the faith that this will bring good to me. कहा आमा संगे तोमार हवे दर्शन आज्ञा पाया मिश्रा कैला काशी ते गमना. He told, कहा आमा संग तोमार, you will get my association there. हवे दर्शन, you will get to see me again. Agnya Paya Mishra Kaila Kashi Te Gaman. As soon as he received instruction, he moved to Kashi, Varanasi. Isn't this amazing? This is how instruction is supposed to be executed. Time please. अरे थोड़ी देर बाद में करेंगे ना, थोड़ी टाइम के बाद. No. Instruction means execute it immediately, as they say in Marathi. पढ़ता फड़ाची आज्ञा. Before the fruit falls down, the instruction should be executed. This is how one should execute instruction. Of course, में से प्रभुपाद ने कैसे किया? प्रभुपाद को 1922 में मिला था आदेश. प्रभुपाद 1965 में गए. But he started preparing, no? It was not that he went in 1965, but what was the other 43 years? It was in preparation. He was preparing for that opportune moment where he could go to the West and execute instruction of his Guru. That was preparation, lifetime in preparation. That's what is Prabhupada's life. प्रभुर अतर्क्य लीला भुजिते न परी स्वसंग छाड़ाया केने पाठाया काशीपुरी. अरे नहीं समझ में आया. I couldn't understand. प्रभुर अतर्क्य लीला, अतर्क्य. You cannot, there is no logic. It's inconceivable. Bhujite na pari, you cannot understand with your mundane logical intelligence. Swasanga chhadiya. He made me give up his association and kene patay Kashipuri. Why is he sending me there? Don't worry, just follow. We should follow. Yes, because he knows that later on, when he will take sannyas, he'll go to Varanasi. That time, Sanatan Goswami, 2 months, is going to get a solid course on Sambandha Gyan. And Tapan Mishra also will get opportunity. That is also one more reason. Tapan Mishra will also learn that knowledge. That will be a special knowledge, ekdam special. So he's giving him something higher. Eimat bangera lokera kaila mahahita namadiya bhakta khaila panaya pandita. So Eimat, in this way, Bangera lokera, all the people of Bangladesh, kaila mahahita, he gave them the greatest benefit. Of course, Lord's association itself is the greatest benefit. Along with the Namadiya, he gave them chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. And initiated everybody in Harinam. Sabka Diksha ho gaya. Yes. And then Padala Pandita, he also made them great scholars. Both. Correct? So Prabhupada says in the purport that we are also following in the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are inducing everybody to chant the holy name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. And we are teaching them. We are giving them books. If you see Prabhupada's whole life, if you want to summarize Prabhupada's life, what did he do? He chanted holy name. Prabhupada used to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Constantly he would chant. He would chant as many as 64 rounds sometimes. He would chant always 64 rounds he would do. And then dictating books. He gave us books. So many books. This is the main thing that he did. He traveled to different places, established temples, deities, all these things many devotees did. But 2 things Prabhupada always did is chanting, distributing books, along with training his disciples. But that is also books only. Whatever he has trained is all come in books, conversation, tapes, we should hear. It's so amazing. One conversation of Prabhupada can teach us so many things, room conversations. They can teach us very, very deep principles of Krishna consciousness. Everything, his books, his letters, his room conversations, his lectures, everything we have to hear. So His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Maharaj, he came up with that pen drive, 128 gig, that's what he calls it, no? 128 gig of all Prabhupada audio vani and another 128 gig of Prabhupada's videos. So this is what is like. We all should hear. So from that day onwards, with Veda base, I switch on Veda base, I turn on Veda base, I put a lecture, I hear very attentively or whatever lecture, I cut and paste in my book points. I'll just show you. You'll all like it. You will all feel inspired. Just to inspire all of you. This is Srila Prabhupada quotes. which means some important section from letters and books I have cut and pasted, and from that day I started. See, and I've even given questions how it is. So whatever hearing I'm doing, important points I'm putting. I'm cutting and pasting from Prabhupada's Vani. And very important, I'm bold. I'm putting it in bold. Like this. And also another thing I started doing is Prabhupada letters. I started reading systematically Prabhupada letter quotes. And that another document I made. Prabhupada what he says. The letter quotes. How to engage bull, can you imagine? That also Prabhupada is given guidance. It's important. Because astrologically it is said very soon we are all going to get back to land, cows, bull, वही करने वाले हैं हम लोग very soon. जूम क्लास नहीं होगा. जितना हो सके सुन लो अभी. Yes, सुन लो. There's one Maharaj, I don't want to quote his name. He came to Brahmacharya ashram and he told, this is in 2010 he had told, that there will very soon come a day where all the laptops will be thrown in the dustbin. ऐसा दिन आने वाला है. लैपटॉप मोबाइल सब कुछ डस्टबिन में फेंकने वाले हम लोग उठा के. So don't be enamored by all such things. Start chanting. Focus on holy name. It's not that we don't need hai, you are using in Krishna's service, but focus should be on chanting holy name. This is a real substance. बाकी सारी चीजें iPhone, U phone, my phone, सारी चीजें सब सब डस्टबिन में जाने वाला है very soon. And that's fact. When you leave the body, what is the use anyways? And Prabhupada, there is one letter, one devotee was sharing in Prasadam. See, in Prasadam time with Brahmacharis, no, we have maximum such kind of discussions. Very exciting. कोई ना कोई point लेके आता है, क्या पढ़ा, क्या सुना. So brilliant discussions we have. So there was one devotee quoting a letter. I have asked him for the quote. He was quoting letter, and Prabhupada said that this material civilization is going to be doomed and you are going to see it. This he has told his disciples. There's one of our devotees in Eyelids is an astrologer. I don't want to make all of you fearful. But he was mentioning that very soon we are going to get back on land. I'm waiting. I just can't wait. We're going to get back to land. Land, cows, bulls. Yes, growing our own vegetables. वो दिन आने वाला है. इसलिए अभी वीडियो ऑन कर सकते तो करो. बाद में वीडियो ऑन करने का चांस नहीं मिलेगा आप लोगों को. Make hay while the sun shines. So coming back. So Prabhupada Vani, very important. Next. ए मत बंगे प्रभु करे नाना लीला दानव विपे लक्ष्मी विरह दुखी हैला. So husband was doing all leelas in Banga, and their wife was becoming unhappy in separation, very unhappy at home. 21. प्रभु रविरह सर्प लक्ष्मी दमशिला विरह सर्प विषय तार परलोक हैला. So the snake of separation, yes, came and bit Lakshmi Priya, and the poison of that snake caused her death, and she went back home, back to God. Paralok means back home, back to God. She passed on to the next world. And Prabhupada writes here that Lakshmi Devi surely has gone back to Vaikuntha because she was constantly thinking of the Lord. Don't worry. And Prabhupada is telling all of us also, when we leave the body, we should think of Krishna only. And when we'll think of Krishna only, when we practice Krishna, chanting Krishna's name and hearing Krishna's name, yes, remembering Krishna means, Prabhupada always said, hear Krishna's names. That is the way to remember Krishna. So whenever we are chanting, we should be very conscious. What are we doing? We are wanting to be with Krishna and Radha. We want to be with them. हमें आपके साथ रहना है. Actually, when you chant, what happens? Radha and Krishna come. And then you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare. Now what will Radha and Krishna talk? I normally do this as a very beautiful activity. I call Radha and we make one devotee as Radha and Krishna, and I behave like that devotee who's chanting Hare Krishna very unity. कौन कौन आया वीडियो? अरे ये भी आ गया वीडियो में। राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। अरे किसका मैसेज आया, किसका कॉल आया? Like that. Then what are Radha Krishna talking? What will Radharani tell Krishna? Anyone would like to complete dialogue? What will Radharani tell Krishna? Please write. If you are Radharani, what you will tell Krishna? हाँ हाँ, बहुत पॉजिटिव लाइट में ले लें. My lord, at least he's chanting your name. Radharani will not say this. Oh, one chat. This is a rascal. नहीं नहीं नहीं, इतनी भी नहीं. आप दोनों एक्सट्रीम हो. थोड़ा मिडिल बैलेंस्ड आंसर चाहिए. I think this devotee doesn't want. He's devotee. She will value because he's chanting. But he's taking us so casually. He doesn't want. I think he doesn't want us. He's not very serious to have us. So let us leave. निकलते हैं. Let us leave. Don't do that. I normally give this example. How many of you go and you normally ring bell or knock the doors? किया ये रोज करते हैं ना. We knock the door, ring bell. ये तो रोज की लीला है हमारी. So in childhood I had some fun. I used to ring the bell and run away. Bell मार के भाग जाता था. That's what we are all doing. We're chanting. We are going and ringing the bell. Radha Krishna are opening the altar, but we are mischievous children. हम लोग वहां से भाग जाते हैं. Then what do they use? Huh? What do they use? Hare Krishna. Next. अंतरे जानिला प्रभु याते अंतर्यामी देशेर आईला प्रभु सच्ची दुख जानी. So Nimai understood that my wife has passed on. But still after coming, he could see that Sachi Mata was very distressed upon her daughter-in-law passing on to the next world. Next. घरे आईला प्रभु बहुलया धन जन तत्वे ज्ञाने कैलासचीर दुख विमोचना. So he returned back home with lots and lots of wealth and followers. Dhana jana, both. And tattva jnane kaila shachira dukkha vimochan. If somebody is too much aggrieved because of some distress, what that person needs? Counseling. And how? What kind of counseling? Tattva. Tattvas we should speak. Any example of somebody who relieved somebody's distress through counseling with tattva? Tattva nahi tha wo. That was not tattva discussion. And Dhruva was not in distress. He was angry. Harsha Shok. Okay. Harsha Shok actually more than philosophy, coming back to life itself. That was Krishna to Arjun. Krishna to Arjun. What is the entire thing? Tattva. How does Krishna start the lecture of Gita? You are not the body, you are soul. You are not the body, you are soul. That's how he starts the lecture. And Prabhupada writes the same. Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovananjara tata dehantara prapte dhiras tatra na muhyati. Hari Hari. This is how he described. I have one more idea. Abhi ideas bahut aa rahe hain. Yesterday I had idea that Sunday feast lecture, whenever we have the live class here, we will read one book of Prabhupada. We'll complete books of Prabhupada. That's how we'll take the lecture. And second idea we are getting is before starting Sunday feast, we'll learn one shloka. Yes, one shloka we'll learn Sunday feast. Sabka benefit hoga. Nice, na idea? We'll start Sunday feast with the shloka and then we'll start with On the Way to Krishna. So एक chapter the speaker will take. Like that we'll complete at least 6-7 books of Prabhupada in a year. Like small books we can complete at full speed and big books we'll see what to do. ऐसे करके हमारा सब devotees को philosophy आ जाएगा. Prabhupada is written. Let us discuss this. What will our 2 minutes of preaching help? Let's discuss what Prabhupada is doing. Yes, that will be amazing. Because I was seriously meditating on how the Sunday Feast Forum can improve. We all meditate. I was deeply praying. So that is when this thought inspired. Take Prabhupada books. What can be better than that? Prabhupada books से बढ़िया कुछ है क्या? So like this, he discussed about you're not the body, your soul. The soul doesn't die. Yes, ultimately it's just change of body. So he discussed all that. Next. शिष्यगण लैना पुनः विद्या रविलास विद्या बले सबाजिनी औधत्य प्रकाश. So after coming back from East Bengal, he again started educating with new vigor. And by his strength, Vidya Bale, Savajini, he conquered everybody. Yes, and he was greatly proud. He manifested Audhatya, pride. So, moment one learns, learning makes one proud. Actually, the real learning should make one humble. Vidya Vinayena Shobhati. Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Vinayadvati Patrada. Patrapva Dharma Apnoti Dhana Dharma Tatasukam. These are all some shlokas we hear. So, immediately that one learns. Correct? He learns, he gets education. One should become humble. When it's becoming pride, matlab kuch to gadbad hai. He has not learned education. Even the path of knowledge, what does Krishna say? How does it start? Amanitvam madambitvam mahimsa shanti marjavam. Starts with amanitvam. He doesn't expect honor. Adambitvam. He doesn't have pride. He's very humble. That's the beginning of education. अगर उल्टा हो रहा है means that is not vidya, that is avidya. Etad jnanam atho. That is. Please keep Sunday lectures on Zoom also. We'll keep all lectures except Sunday feast on Zoom. Why? Because we want all of you to come physically. We want physical presence. We start keeping online. हमारे भक्त लोग online ही attend करेंगे. They will not come. So some lectures will not be. Some festivals and also Sunday feast. Those lectures will not be online. Others all online है ना. I don't know. तवे विष्णु प्रिया ठाकरानी र परिणय तबे त करिला प्रभु दिग्विजय जय. Yes. And later on, to remove the distress of his mother, he married Vishnu Priya. Who is Vishnu Priya? Thakurani. She is goddess of fortune. Tabete Karila Prabhu Digvijay Jaya. So he also conquered the Keshav Kashmiri. Digvijay Pandit. Keshav Kashmiri. Now who is this Keshav Kashmiri? Keshav Kashmiri actually is Nimbarka Acharya. He is one of the great acharyas in Kumar Sampradaya. He is Nimbarka Acharya who has come to Mahaprabhu's Lila. And he comes and debates and argues. Nimbarka Sampradaya. So Prabhupada mentions Nimbarka Sampradaya also. Srinivasa Acharya, Vishwacharya, Purushottama, Vilasa, Swarupa, Madhva, Balabhadra, Padma, Shama, Gopala, Kripa, Devarya, Sundara, Bhatta, Padmanatha, Upendra, Ramachandra, Vamana, Krishna, Padmakara, Shravana, Bhuri, Madhava, Shama, Gopala, Balabhadra, Gopinatha, Keshava, Gokula, Keshav Kashmiri. He is the 29th Acharya in the Nimbarka Sampradaya. He is a bona fide Acharya. He becomes by the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Of course, he is original Nimbarkacharya only. And even now, there's a special place, Velapukur. When we go to Navdeep Yatra, hey, Ana Sabko. We got very few registrations. How many registrations we have till now? Only 25. We have 125 by now. We should have many, many registrations. Everybody is going to come to Navdeep Dham Yatra. Whatever excuse, you tell the excuse to Mahaprabhu. No, tell Mahaprabhu about Mahaprabhu to the excuse. But Ana Sabne, I don't know. I'm going to send all of you repeated message and reminders. I need each and every one of you in the meeting, not in the meeting, who are present here. Everyone should come for Navdeep Yatra. All of you should come. Yes, that's order of Mahaprabhu. That's order of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, my plan is to get the whole world to Mayapur. कुछ लोग बोले प्रभु जी 16 राउंड कर लो ना, क्या है यात्रा में वैसे भी क्या करना है, क्या करना है यात्रा में. You cannot do work from home. You can't work from yatra. There is nothing called work from yatra. नाम जप करना है, वो 16 माला करना है, 4 नियम पालन करना है. कब यात्रा में अच्छा लगा तो do it lifelong. That's what will happen. You come to Mayapur and chant 16 rounds, you will chant 16 rounds throughout life. It will happen. That is a Audharya of Dham. You will not be able to stop at 16. You will start from 16. 16 माला से आपका नाम जब start होगा. You will see miracles happening in Navdeep Yatra if you come. age limit is there. The reason being is the yatra is, it will be little fast. The fast speed ka yatra hoga, but if you are willing to walk and you have your child with you, child means somebody will take care of you, then we have no problem. Yes. Vrindavan yatra, the distance between Sanatan Dharmadas and the last devotee was 5 kilometers. So please, we don't want distance. We don't want distress. So please come. We're going. And there are still few days remaining. There's a week remaining for the registration to close. So please do register. We'll go on. Vrindavan dasa iha kariya chena vistar. Smutana hi kare dosha gunera vichar. So Vrindavan Das Thakur has elaborately described these two episodes of how Vishnu Priya and Mahaprabhu's marriage take place. There's a very wonderful devotee. He wanted to celebrate the marriage of Mahaprabhu and also Vishnu Priya and a great man. His name was Buddhimant Khan. So he sponsors the marriage and they make it very, very first class marriage. Very opulent marriage. And that's discussed. Marriage ho to aisa. That kind of people spend. Normally people spend in shadi for what? To show what is our status. हम लोग कितने बड़े पहुंचे हुए लोग हैं देखो. To show off that they throw grand parties and marriage. They make it very big. Correct. But Buddhimant Khan actually wanted to celebrate in a grand fashion. Srinivas Padmavati Vivaha, Krishna Rukmani Vivaha, Sita Ram Vivaha. These all have happened so wonderfully. And this, मुझे chance मिल रहा है. The same lordships have come again as Vishnu Priya and Nimai. So let me take the onus of sponsoring everything. ऐसा करके बड़ा आयोजन विवाह का. सेयम शक्क ही तारे करी नमस्कार. यासुनी दिग्वजे कैला अपना धिक्कार. Yes. So actually I am offering my obeisances to Vrindavan Das Thakur. I take his dust and I should describe portion. Yes, portion. That Lord's analysis which made with Digvijay Dikkar karne lag gaya. Digvijay, Dig means direction. Vijay means he has conquered all directions. With all directions, yes, that Pandit has come. Kashmiri Pandit tha wo. Kashmir se aaya. Keshav Kashmiri Pandit. So he came Digvijay Pandit. But he made Dikkar. कैसे उसने अपने आप को धिक्कार किया? That whole Lila is there. Next. We'll read for another 10 more minutes. ज्योत्सनावती रात्रि प्रभु शिष्य गण संगे वसियाचे न गंगा तीरे विद्यार प्रसंगे. Yes. ज्योत्सनावती रात्रि. ज्योत्सनावती रात्रि means full moon की रात्रि. प्रभु शिष्य गण संगे. So Nimai along with all his shishyas, they were all sitting. Vasiyachena, they were sitting on Ganga Tire. They were sitting in the river banks and Vidyara Prasange. They were discussing topics of logic and grammar. Nyaya and like that. See, sitting in river bank and listening to classes is a different experience altogether. Where did Bhagavatam happen? Naimisharanya. There also is some glimpse of river. Then Shukatal, that is also there on the banks of Ganges. If you see, all Shastras are described in river banks, natural settings. Coming very soon, don't worry. Very soon, all of us will be sitting in river banks and having class. We are all going to see that. होने वाला है. Tension नहीं. Next. हेन काले दिग्विजयी तहानी आईला. गंगार वंदन करी प्रभु रे मिला. At that time, this Digvijay Pandit came. He offered his respects to Mother Ganges and he met Nimai. वसाईला तारे प्रभु आदर करिया. दिग्विजयी कहे मने अवज्ञा करिया. See, he received him very well. He welcomed him. At the same time, he understood this fellow is very proud and puffed up. So he spoke to him very inconsiderately. ठीक से बात नहीं की उसके साथ. एक प्राउड व्यक्ति के साथ ठीक से बात नहीं करेंगे तो उसको कैसे लगेगा? उसको चोट लगेगी. Yes. How many of you know what is ragging? Sorry, I'm begging about it. How many of you have taken ragging? Nobody's admitting. How many of you been ragged? So only one honest, two, three honest people are there. Only I didn't get ragged. I went and I did something which made me famous. I'll tell you some other time personally. But the point is, why they rag? किसको ragging करते हैं? Now many devotees come and ask, especially those who are school goers. They're entering into college. They ask, Prabhuji, what to do rag? I said, simple. Be very modest, humble, and respect. There's one of my students who recently got into army. He was saying, Prabhuji, वहाँ तो बहुत तगड़ी ragging होती है. मैंने बोला, be humble. Pranadapi Shuruchena. And give respect to the seniors. They'll leave you. You show attitude. एटीट्यूड दिखाओगे घमंड दिखाओगे कौन है देन उसको सीधा करने में बहुत पिटाई होगा. So Mahaprabhu also saw that this Keshav Kashmiri fellow is having lot of pride. अभी इसको सीधा करता हूँ. Yes, pride is some anartha that Krishna will never tolerate. You can tolerate everything but not pride. So he didn't talk to him properly. We have 8 more minutes. व्याकरण पढ़ा निमाय पंडित तुम्हार नाम बाल्य शास्त्र लोके तुम्हार कहे गुणग्राम. So he came there. व्याकरण पढ़ा है. You are a teacher of grammar. निमाय पंडित तुम्हार नाम. Your name is निमाय पंडित. And बाल्य शास्त्र लोके. You teach primary beginning grammar to all children. But तुम्हार कहे गुणग्राम. People speak so much about you that you are a great pandit or thing, but you are nothing but a school teacher. अभी ज्ञानी व्यक्ति किसका टीचर होगा? जो ज्ञानी महापुरुष, he will be in some big university, senior professor of such and such university, Ivy League university. बड़ा टीचर मतलब उधर होना चाहिए. That's what this is a misconception, right? There can be a great teacher who also very modest life, so he can teach primary kids also. Possible? It's possible. Nima is an example. Is an example of this. Somebody who says, "आप कौन सा teacher?" I am Bhakti Shastri teacher. That person is Bhakti Vedant teacher. We cannot compare. A person who may be teaching Bhakti Shastri must be very, very knowledgeable, can have profound wisdom and knowledge, even more than Bhakti Vedanta. Just because the subject is high, need not be that the teacher is, teacher also can be very great person. He can be a great soul. It's possible. So never ever underestimate. He was seeing like, अरे तू तो क्या है? Primary teacher, basic grammar पढ़ाता है. इसको क्या बोल रहे तुम? And this grammar study is actually for 12 years. Vyakaran. 12 years in the beginning of life. Anyone studies grammar, with this grammar you can study Shruti, Smriti, everything. So he was very proud of himself that I am a PhD. I have defeated many PhD professors. और मेरा अभी सामना किसके साथ? प्राइमरी टीचर के साथ हो रहा है. कोई तालमेल बैठ नहीं रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी लोग तुम्हारे बारे में बहुत बोलते हैं. You have a lot of Insta shares and views. Insta followers बहुत है तेरे. That's what he was telling. In one sense, you're quite famous. I'm just translating it to today's lingo. व्याकरण मध्ये जाने पढ़ा कलाप सुनीलो भांकिते तोमार शिष्यर समलाप. So what he's telling, so in blunt sense, what he's putting is that you are expert of kalpa vyakaran, kalapa vyakaran. Yes. And your students, तेरे students फेंकने में माहिर है. That's what he's telling colloquially. फेंकते बहुत है. मतलब they are very good at turning and twisting different words. Yes. And that's how expertise. See, when debate, logicians, if you analyze a debate, never analyze, but if you don't waste time, but if you analyze the debate, mostly what is there? Word jugglery, भारी शब्द फेंकने का. होता कुछ नहीं है बड़ा. Like for example, there was one devotee who was made fun of. People are making fun of him. Why? अरे प्रसाद खाता है, घास फूस खाता है. So his friends in the company told him, "अरे तू घास फूस खाता है क्या?" They were all eating non-vegetarian diet, and they called him, "Come join us." Yes. KFC. He said, "I am only KC. No F." Krishna conscious. And they said, क्या रे घास फूस खाता? And he felt very offended. So he came to पहुंची जी घास फूस खाने वाला जानवर बोल दिया. I said, तेरे को पता नहीं कैसे छोड़ने का है, फेंकने का अच्छे से. So I take only karma-free lacto-vegetarian diet. भेजा घूम के गिर जाएगा सामने वाला. Karma-free lacto-vegetarian diet. Say this. He said, come again? No, golden words can't be repeated. बस गया सामने से. तुम भी भारी भरकम शब्द फेंको. ट्रांसेंडेंटल, एक्सटेंड, अपना उठा प्रभुपाद बुक फेनेशिया. सामने वाला पूछेगा भाई इंग्लिश ही बात कर रहा है ना? बिल्कुल 200%. So we can, devotees should read Prabhupada books and you will get so much, you will be bestowed with transcendently inspired intelligence. बता, IIT में तेरे को इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी मिलता है. You read Prabhupada books, you get TII, opposite of IIT, transcendently inspired intelligence. ऐसा सब भारी भरकम शब्द छोड़ोगे तो लोग आपको पैर छुएंगे. They will worship you, of course. That's not your goal. But people will worship. Where is this extraterrestrial, brainy, intelligent person? From which planetary system has he descended? चौक गए आप लोग. It's all from Prabhupada books. Correct? So we should be very expert at speaking to karmis. They do word jugglery. Devotees also should do. That's why devotee is also called Muni. The Mayavadis are called Muni, devotees are also called Muni. Mayavadis are called Muni because they do word jugglery. They do speculation, mental speculation. But what do devotees do? Devotees do philosophical speculation. Yes, phantasmagoria. Amazing word. Yes. Will-o-wisp. Will-o-wisp. Akasha Pushpa. That's called will-o-wisp. Many words. Because this is all 1920s Scottish English. Prabhupada, this is 1920s Scottish English. Most respectable English. And you speak like Prabhupada. Most of the devotees have learnt English after coming to ISKCON. They learned English from Prabhupada books by listening to Prabhupada lectures. Most of devotees have learned like that only. So they speak like Prabhupada. Amazing. So this is not the regular English that you find, colloquial English you find in web series and movies, Hollywood. नहीं, वहाँ नहीं मिलता है. So people, devotee हटके रहते हैं. They're different. So devotee is also Muni. He's a philosophical speculator. So he speaks from Shastra. That is philosophical speculation. Okay, we have 2 minutes. भिड़ने से पहले बंद होगा. I think we are closing at a very nice climax. प्रभु कहे व्याकरण पढ़ाया अभिमान करी. शिष्य ते ना भुजे आमी भुजाई ते नारी. So Lord replied, yes, I am grammar teacher. Yes. And actually, Shishyate na bhuje, ami bhujaite nari. See, I am not impressing my students here. And they also don't know me better. They don't know me properly. So he's just ulta, chhed raha hai usko. It's called shading. So whatever statements he's saying, he's just pretending to be modest. No, it's genuine modesty, but he's just being modest here. No. They don't understand me very well. Oh, ज़्यादा नहीं समझे मुझे. I have much more to tell them. And I can't impress my students with grammatical language. So he flattered him, this flattered. And he presented, नहीं तू great है, मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ. Nothing यार. So that's how he presented. We'll go ahead. We have 1 minute. कहाँ तुम्ही सर्वशास्त्रे कवित्वे प्रवीण. कहाँ मी सबे शिशु पढूया नवीन. अरे तुम्ही सर्व शास्त्र कविता प्रवीण. You are expert in all choice poetry of shastras. And I teach naveen vidyarthi, which means small bachcha, chota bachcha. Yes, and I am also chota bachcha. I am sabe shishu. I am a small boy and I am teaching small boys. Correct? Who am I? Next. तुम्हारा कवित्व किछु सुनीते हैं मन. कृपा करी कर यदि गंगार वर्णन. So I aspire to have a glimpse of your kavitva, your expertise in poetry. Kavitva, mainly poetry. And kavi also means intelligent. Devotee is one of the qualities. Devotee is also kavi. You see? Gambhira Karuna Maitra, Kavi Dakshamoni. So Kavi is one of the qualities, 26 qualities of Vaishnavas. Kripa kari karayadi Gangaravan. So please describe me about Mother Ganges. And we will stop here. We'll pause here. And next time somebody can bookmark. Ideally, I wanted to take a coffee, but we're falling short. We'll leave in time so that devotees come again next time. Up next week will be what date? Next week will be 16th. Na? I'll be in I Beach. Aj actually we had a trip to go to Dehu, but I accidentally bruised my toe. So I'm not able to walk so much. That's why I stayed back. And that's how we could have Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Okay, so there are a few announcements from the management side, so devotees can kindly stay back. We'll end the class here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी पाद की, श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की. So we pause here and just I'll give the forum for announcements. You can all hear, please. You're online.